Good morning. We are on the East Coast and we're going out of Kitty Hawk, Wright Brothers National Memorial, as you see here in the center, bottom center, KFFA. K means USA, and we are going up to KORF, which is where I learned to fly. So the Wright brothers learned to fly down here, and anyway, we're taking a short flight. I don't know whether we got enough runway to get off, but runway 21. Let's see if that's all right. That'll work. That'll put us out over the bay here, and we'll go up and we'll make an instrument approach. And I don't know, maybe it's a little morbid, but first when I got my private, I was flying in the Tri-Pacer, and I flew 3 guys off my ship. They all chipped in $25. I chipped in $25, and we went round trip. It included the fuel to the New York metropolitan area, and I've talked about that many times. And we landed at a little airport called Flushing Meadows that's no longer in use. And I flew out to Morristown in New Jersey and stayed with my parents. And I think most of them were from Queens, which is right there. So flying the Tri-Pacer, made a couple of trips, and that 84 Baker was the tail number. And then I got back from a cruise in my destroyer that I was serving on, the D'Amato, and I said I wanted to rent the Tri-Pacer. Well, the Tri-Pacer had crashed on an instrument approach into Norfolk, and that back then we just had low frequency. I forget the AN approach. The A was Dida, and Da-Dit was N-A, and those two would fit together for a steady signal. When you were on course, you were right in between the two singles, the Da-Dit, the Dit-Da. Now, I never flew instruments back then. I was just VFR pilot, but the Tri-Pacer was equipped to fly instruments back then, and I don't know the person that was flying. He was in the club, but I didn't know him, and he lost his life on approach. And I assume they pointed south, so I assume he was on approach to runway 05. He was coming up from the south, so that's why we're doing this right now. I don't know where that is. These pictures that they choose during booting up are actually, they're fascinating, and I just don't know where that is. I am fascinated with rivers. I'm fascinated with oceans, bodies of water.
Foxtrot Alpha traffic Cessna 527
Okay.
Bravo Charlie taking off runway 21 departure to the west.
Here we go. From
Kilo Oscar November X-ray traffic Cessna Juliet Romeo Echo 9 retreat
so this
27
is
miles northeast
the
inbound visual runway
museum
23.
down there. So we'll just say ready to fly, and we'll check out here and see what altitude they give us to climb to, and we'll put that up there, and we'll climb to 7,000 feet. Okay, so we get rid of that, and click over here, and we go up to 7,000 feet. 7. We want to climb at 2,500 feet a minute. That's fine. 2,500 feet a minute. We're going to navigate. Let's see if we make it to Norfolk, Virginia. This is our panel. We could look more, but we'll check here and we'll see if the lines connect. So that line connects. We might have to go to that heading, and we'll use use the heading. We'll go and then let's look at our approach and see how that runs into Norfolk, Virginia. And there's runway 05. There's our approach from the southwest. So that looks like it's going to work. And it's a short flight, so we'll barely get up to 7,000, and they'll be giving us lower altitudes. So we just need to have the heading. Let's get rid of this right now. We'll put that up in the upper left-hand corner, and we'll go ahead in like that, so we see how we're doing on our course. And we have to go around to the west. I could change the runway, but that's all right. We might have winds that require us to take off to the south into the wind. We'll see. We'll see how we do. And what I want to do is check the heading.
Kilo Oscar November X-ray traffic Cessna Juliet Romeo Echo 9er tree 26 miles northeast inbound visual runway 23.
We'll go right there. So if we don't get on our heading right away. So it's actually, that's our course heading right there. So we might have to click heading after we get off if it doesn't swing around and get on course. And you probably know all that. And let's get out here, take the brakes off, see if we can get off this runway. Full power. We'll get up here just a little bit. So we've got to get it up to about 120. It looks like we're going to make it. Here we go. Gear up, flaps up. And we'll turn the autopilot on and just get over the... So I think we're going to make a right turn. We'll get it in there. We'll change and turn on the autopilot, see if it goes to the right. I think it is. Yep. Just swing it to the right, see how it does on getting on course. Then we don't have to, we'll do the auto throttle. I love auto throttle, but I have to learn when to turn it off so it doesn't interfere with my approach. That'll keep us under the speed limit. So as we get up to 250, we're going around to the north, so the sun is probably, let's put it at noon. We'll put the sun at noon. Yeah, we could, 12:53. There we go. And let's see if they called us.
Oscar November X-ray traffic Cessna Juliet Romeo Echo 9er tree 24.
Washington
Center Cessna 527 Bravo Charlie is at 3,200 feet, climbing 7,000 feet.
Here we go.
Cessna 527 Bravo Charlie, Washington Center altimeter 29.9er, 2 radar contact, continue.
So our speed limit is 250 knots, indicated. We're at 249. And we are not at 7,000 feet, but the auto throttle, you can see we're at 78% power. We're not at full power, so the auto throttle keeps that. We can look here and we can see that we're intercepting our course. So that's all working fine, and we're heading for Norfolk International Airport, where I learned to fly. Pine Island, never heard of Pine Island. Let's look back at Kitty Hawk. Doesn't want to do it. Oh, I see. Look it. See, we got to do that. Yeah, well, that's looking back at first flight, right back there. We're on course. And I forget what they call that, but it's North Carolina. Kitty Hawk, North Carolina. And we're at 7,000 feet. We're doing 250 knots, and we're heading for an approach into Norfolk International. This is the first time I have simulated an approach to Norfolk. Let's see on the way what we go by, if we go by anything we recognize. And so this is not the Chesapeake. I'm not sure what body of water this is, but yeah, it's the East Coast, and we're at 7,000. Let's look on our panel, and what happens is when I leave my thing on there, I can't change the thing. I used to think my computer was locking up, but it was that they can't leave the mouse on this thing. Everything freezes up. Let's see. See, this is flashing. When I put it over here, it stops. Everything stops. Oop, that light came on. All right, let's get outside, enjoy the view. As we approach, we'll see some things. And actually, I rarely flew very far south out of Norfolk, Virginia. I flew west and north. While I was getting my private license, we'd do a dual cross country. We'd go over to Petersburg, as I can remember that. And it was spots of Virginia. And we're holding 7,000. Everything's functioning. I'm just sitting here, my legs crossed. I've turned on all my lights. I didn't have the beacon, landing light. I don't need landing light. Don't need taxi light. Beacon and nav are on. Strobe is on. I don't know this little airport here, and we'll be at Norfolk. We can see we're on the 20-mile table. Let's kick it up to 50, 100 mile. Yeah, we got about 50 miles to go. We'll put it on the 50. Yeah, it's 50 miles until we turn right on approach to Norfolk, Virginia. Lots of farms down here. It's beautiful flat land. Great for farming. Look at, we got a little track, little oval down here. And that would be interesting.
Bravo Charlie, contact Washington Center on 123.85. Good day.
Okay.
123.85 Cessna 7 Bravo Charlie. Goodbye.
So I complain that I don't have a co-pilot, but in fact I have a woman who's co-pilot. She's handling the radios.
Washington Center Cessna 527 Bravo Charlie 7,000 feet.
Cessna 527 Bravo Charlie, Washington Center, altimeter 29.902, radar contact, continue.
Auto throttle, auto throttle, auto throttle,
So-
auto throttle,
so we have
auto
to-
throttle,
so-
auto throttle,
so-
auto throttle,
so we have to
auto
go
throttle,
inside.
auto throttle,
I
auto throttle,
messed
auto
with the,
throttle, auto throttle, auto
Cessna 84 Tango traffic is 7 o'clock, 3 miles at 100 feet, Cessna Skyhawk.
I moved the
Report them
throttle
in sight.
on my panel, and that disconnected. When you touch it, it disconnects. And that's good to know, because here, I'm going to do it again.
auto throttle,
There.
auto throttle.
Cessna 84 Tango have the traffic.
That's all I have to do when I'm on approach, and I don't know whether that was for us or who it was for. And let's see what we're doing. We've got to move this up, see what our speed is, 250, so we're doing fine. We're on course, I can see. Right here is on course, right here. I didn't click that to make that the full screen. Now we can see where we're going, and we really don't need this anymore. So we'll get that out of the way. Here we go. and then we look at our thing and see if they told us. They didn't tell us anything that we need to answer. So now we can go outside and enjoy Norfolk coming online here. We should start seeing the Chesapeake Bay shortly. Again, I never drove down this way. I never flew south this way. So this is new territory for me.
Bravo Charlie traffic is 8 o'clock 3 miles at 3,000 feet Cessna Skyhawk.
8
Report them
o'clock.
in sight.
It's 8 o'clock.
Cessna 84 Tango traffic is 2 o'clock 3 miles at 7,000 feet Cessna C700. Report them in sight.
I don't
Airbus
see
843 traffic is 2 o'clock 3 miles at flight level
I don't
3550
see
Airbus
anything out there.
A20N.
I should have listened to the altitude. I'm not queued up on traffic because
Cessna 84 Tango traffic in sight.
I really don't have to. So they see us. I don't see them. Anyway, they'll call
Airbus
again if
843 have the
there's
Airbus
an
A20N
issue.
in sight.
8 o'clock is behind me, and the Cessna is not going to be fast enough to interfere. So that's that. Look at that. So then we can go here behind the aircraft, the direction we're going, and I like to kind of look out, see what's around. There we go. And when we see the Chesapeake coming up, look at this open area, whether this is marshy out in here. Look at that. Nothing in there. And then we need to we'll look on our panel and drop down here. And we've got probably 40 miles now to go. We're still indicating 250. As long as we're under 12,000, I believe that's what the rules were when I was flying. And I think pretty much my last big flight was the one I just replayed in the F-15 going up to Oregon to see, up to Washington to visit my mother in her later years. She was staying with my brother up there, and they gave us $500 to my sister and me. We're given $500 to make the round trip for the visit, and it was my mother essentially paid for it out of her account. And she had a conservator that would write the check. All we do is, I don't know can't remember whether they sent the money to us before or after. And I decided this is an opportunity to get current, and I rented a Piper Arrow, which had retractable landing gear. It just had 200 horsepower. But for an Arrow, when they first came out, Arrow came out, four-place airplane, had 180 horsepower. The Tri-Pacer, which was four-place, that I'm kind of talking about here today, the one that crashed on an instrument approach to Norfolk, that had 135 horsepower, and it carried 4 people. So the Arrow had 180 horsepower, carried 4 people, and then they upgraded that 4-cylinder engine to 200 horsepower. It's fuel injected, and we're getting close. With this, we can bring up this just to see where we are. Yeah, see, it's gonna turn here shortly. There we go, and fly into Norfolk, Virginia. There we go, and we'll put this over there out of the way. And watch, I put my arrow, my mouse over here, cursor, and it freezes the airplane. I thought, yeah, it's crazy. I thought machine was giving up the ghost, and it is. This is 5 years, almost. It's getting on 5.5 years old. My flight simulator. So I'm thinking of upgrading, but not quite yet.
Cessna 7 Bravo Charlie, descend and maintain 1,600 feet.
1,600.
Descend and maintain 1,600 feet. Cessna 7 Bravo Charlie.
And then we go over
Cessna
here.
7 Bravo Charlie, contact Norfolk approach on 118.9er. Good day.
1,600. And I have to look and see what they asked. And we'll come down at, how about 1,900 feet a minute. And we got to see what they just said.
Cessna 7 Bravo Charlie, did you copy?
So Norfolk Airport is maintained 1,600.
118.9er Cessna 7 Bravo Charlie. Goodbye.
Contact Norfolk approach. Okay. And they wanted us at 1,600.
Norfolk approach
So
Cessna 527 Bravo
should
Charlie
be
is at
pretty much
6,100
line-
feet, descending 1,600 feet.
Cessna 527 Bravo Charlie, Norfolk approach altimeter 29.9er 2 radar contact. Continue to Deans.
So we need to increase our.
Cessna 7 Bravo Charlie, you are 18 miles southwest. Maintain present heading and altitude. Expect RNAV Yankee runway 5 approach via Cayley transition. Cleared to Cayley.
Okay, that's dead ahead. There's Cayley. So we will
Maintain
do
present
that.
heading and altitude. Expect RNAV Yankee runway 5 approach via Cayley transition.
that out of
Cleared
the
to
way.
Cayley Cessna 7 Bravo Charlie.
We're going to take this down to 16. There's 1,600. It was 1,600. Okay, and it's on nav. Let's see if approach works. Approach isn't lighting up yet. And we need to increase this down. We're now at 3,000. We could go to 3,000 feet a minute.
Cessna 7
And
Bravo
you should
Charlie,
start
you are
slowing
14
down.
miles southwest of Norfolk. Contact Norfolk Tower on 120.8 when inbound on the approach.
Okay, as soon as that lights up, right there, we will, yeah, here we go, and it'll light up, and we will click our approach, and we will call.
Cessna 7 Bravo Charlie, please acknowledge.
There we go, and we go ahead and acknowledge.
Sync rate. Sync rate. Sync
Tower on 120.8 Cessna 7 Bravo Charlie. Norfolk Tower Cessna 527 Bravo Charlie 11 miles southwest inbound RNAV Yankee runway 5
Go
approach.
here.
Cessna 527 Bravo, Charlie Norfolk Tower. Altimeter 29.9er. 2 wind calm cleared, RNAV Yankee runway 5 approach.
I believe this is the approach that he was on, and we need to start slowing down, so we need to take the throttle off.
Climb.
So let's see what we're doing. We're 1,600. That's good. There's a guy on approach just to the left of us.
Climb.
We're doing fine, I think.
Cessna 7 Bravo Charlie, follow the aircraft on final. Wind calm cleared to land runway 5.
So we need to put the gear
Same
down
altitude. Less than 1 mile.
and flap at one notch. And let's see. I think we got control. Let's go inside. I see that.
Cessna 7 Bravo, Charlie acknowledged, last transmission.
Auto throttle.
So we go ahead and acknowledge that.
Cleared to land runway
And we
5
are
Cessna
on
7
the
Bravo
glide
Charlie.
slope. So we go back outside. It should take us right down to the runway. We'll put in another notch of flap. We need to slow it down. Another notch of flap. Get it down to about 150. And this is about right. It was about right. I was thinking we were too fast. Let me get this over here. There we go. There we go. And get it down to about 150 or 140. We'll go ahead and put full flap. That'll slow us down. Have to come up on the throttle. Yeah. Yeah, we get her down to 140. Right on the glide slope. Just take a quick look in here if you want to see what it looks like from in here. You can see the little triangle is on glide slope, and we've got to go back outside, and we'll take the autopilot off.
200.
Autopilot.
100. 50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Oh. I hope my instructor wasn't watching. And then we've got everything up. We could actually put the flaps up. We could put the brakes on and turn off. We could pretend we're an airliner.
Cessna 7 Bravo, Charlie exit runway when able.
So this is the first runway I ever flew on,
Cessna
the
7
main
Bravo,
runway.
Charlie contact ground on 121.9er.
121.9er Cessna 7 Bravo Charlie. Goodbye. Norfolk ground Cessna 527 Bravo Charlie request taxi to parking.
So we'll go
Cessna
over.
527 Bravo Charlie taxi to general aviation parking using taxiway Alpha cross runway tree 2 Alpha.
We'll go over. That's actually where we have to cross the cross runway, which is where I learned my crosswind landings.
Cessna 7 Bravo, Charlie acknowledged, last transmission.
Okay. So, trying to figure out.
Taxiing to general aviation parking via taxiway Alpha
let's
cross
look-
runway tree 2
let's
Alpha
look on
Cessna 7
here.
Bravo Charlie.
Let's look on here, right here. And then I can see where I'm going. Yeah, so we go down here, and it was right in here, I believe, is where, yeah, is where we were. Right in here is where the flying club was. And then there was a cross runway. We take the brakes off, give it some power. And we were in a little office as part of an old hangar, probably a World War II hangar. And our Cub, I have a picture of the tri-pacer sitting on the ramp with me kneeling, and the Cub was parked out of this area right here. And we're permission to cross this cross runway here. But this is where I learned my crosswind landings on that runway. And then right in here is where the club was. So I'll pull right into where the club was, go in and say hello. And off to my right here was where there's probably right in this area is where the parking was for oh, okay, here he is right here. He's going to park us. There we go. And we can see we're almost lined up. So this is right where the Guided Missile School Flying Club was, and the chief electronics technician who was an instructor at the school was also a flight instructor, Fred Carnes. And I had a picture of me taken right right about here in the tri-pacer, and in the background you could see out over here in the background, possibly the tri-pacer was parked right about there, or maybe where this guy was standing. And out in here he was tie-downed out here, and you could see the little yellow cub, little J3 cub that I learned in was right there. The terminal was right over there then. I went over and thought about becoming a airline pilot. And I was a E3 at the time. I was a seaman, and I had finished sonar school, so I was on board ship as a sonar man. Okay, enough of that. Thanks for riding along. I should go inside and turn it off. They're going to get upset with me for making all kinds of noise. Nothing made this kind of noise that this machine is making. So we go down here, and there we go. Do that, and do this, and we'll go in and have a cup of coffee at the club. I remember we drank Coke. We had a Coke machine, so I'd probably have a Coke back then. Today I'd have a coffee. And Fred is gone. I'm 89, so Fred was probably 10 years older than I was at the time. I was 17 years old. Yeah, when I first started flying, I was still 17. And so Fred's gone, and then my friend that was my sister's boyfriend, my sister just died, and my sister's boyfriend died about a year ago, Guy Chamberlain, and he was the one that got me interested in flying. So thanks for riding along, and you have a great day. Bye-bye.